Alrighty, hey there everybody, Frozen Puck Gaming back with another episode of Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Edition as GM of Buffalo. So, if you watched the last episode, you know what happened. We're in the off-season, kind of sad, Made it so far, well, from where we've came in the first season. Either way, that we made it to the second round. We got eliminated in overtime of Game 7, so I'm not too mad. And next season, we're going to look to make it even further. And we won the President's Trophy this year. Hopefully we can do that again next year. And maybe we'll even, you never know, make it past the second round. Hopefully we can do that. But anyway, we're here in the off-season. I'm actually recording this just on my laptop, so I don't have my monitor. So there might be a strange bar at the bottom of the screen and maybe one at the top. But I'll try to cut that out so you don't have to deal with that. Either way, it shouldn't be that big a deal. So we actually have the 2019 entry draft here. We have the 22nd pick, I believe, yeah, as you can see, which we acquired from, I think, Dallas, if I'm correct. And actually, where is it? I don't know where that would be. The Bruins actually won the Stanley Cup. So Bruins eliminated the Lightning and went on to win it. So either way, moving on to the draft here. So we have a couple different options. I actually simmed our pick already. I didn't really think about it, but I did like the first, 21 picks. Well, we have a couple different options. We could pick up a right winger, left defense. Well, basically any of these guys, obviously. There's a goalie down here. Don't know much about him. He looks decent. Probably would be a good pickup. A lot of these guys will probably be good pickups, but I'm more interested in these top 5 up here. So we obviously have a center. We don't really need a center right now. We have a left winger. A left winger is a good possibility just because, we seem to be short left wingers sometimes. And he can also play center if needed, so he's a good option. This guy actually looks pretty good. He scored a lot as a defenseman. The thing is, we already have a lot of defensemen in our system, and on the team right now we have Fowler, Ristolainen, Hannafin, and Zadorov, who are going to be on the team for at least 4 or 5 more seasons as our defensive core. So that he could be an option, but then again, it might be a while before he gets playing time. This guy's an option. I'd rather take Barron over him. One thing about Barron, he is only 5'8". Size doesn't really matter in the NHL nowadays, but you never know. It could maybe play into this. As you can see, we don't have all the stats. I didn't scout him enough, but he seems to have pretty good stats and good attributes. Thing is though, he actually had 21 goals from the back end, and he's obviously in juniors right now. But his slap shot and wrist shot aren't NHL ready. We'd have to develop that. We also have this guy. He's a right winger. We could use a right winger. But I'm actually leaning towards Dave Williams. We don't know any of his attributes, which could be a bad thing. But as you can see, he's put up a lot of points the last 2 years. And I feel he would be a very good option as he can play center and left wing. We'll probably keep him on left wing most of the time. So we're going to draft Dave Williams. This could turn out to be a bust, but you never know. So we're going to fast forward to our next... Oh, wait. We did have a pick this year. Sorry. We actually have the 25th overall pick as well. So I guess I forgot about that. So we had the 22nd and the 25th overall pick. So we have a couple, like our scouts and coaches or whatever. They're telling us, maybe we could go after a couple of different players. Our head scout wants us to go after... Brian, can I click on that? Well, anyway, Brian Trottier wants us to go after Duddy Glenn. He's a good option. He's a right wing. Ulf Samuelsson, our assistant GM, wants us to go after this guy. I'm not really interested in him, to be honest. And then Bruce Boudreau, our head coach, wants us to go after some guy. Where even is he? He's on the he's pretty far back. He actually doesn't look too bad. The thing is, we actually might be able to trade ahead and get him in the second round. I think I'm going to go with Duddy Glenn here. But this guy is actually enticing for the defense. He could score a lot. But we have a good defensive core right now. So I'm going to have to go with Duddy Glenn. Because eventually we're going to have to trade away some of our older wingers, like Ennis maybe. So we're going to draft Duddy Glenn. That might not be good for us, just because we actually are, what am I trying to say? We have a lot of wingers, but you never know. So, our scouting crew wants us to go after, not him, wants us to go after Saran. We have two want us to go after him, so we're probably going to go after him. But this guy's actually still left. What's his name? Vulati. We're actually going... no. We're actually going farther in the draft, as you can see. Normally I only do the first round with you, and we just have him do the rest. We could pick up Saran. Or we could pick up this guy. I wouldn't mind picking him up. He might be gone next round. I'll try to find... where are you? This right defender, what was his stats this year? Scored a decent amount of goals from the back end. He actually does look like a pretty good player. We're going to go with him only because two of our hierarchy want us to get him. What's his name isn't here anymore. Jamie Roussel, they're both recommending him. We'll pick him up, why not? Bruce Boudreau also wants us to go after this guy. There are a lot of options we could do here, obviously. I don't know if I want Kupek or Roussel. I mean, Roussel's a center. That's the only thing. We have a lot of this. We'll pick up Roussel. We'll just auto-complete it. They can do... I'm not feeling it. Either way, though, there we go. So that was cool, I guess. Whatever. Exit the draft here. So now we're gonna have free agency here. I still have a couple players to re-sign. Now, don't really remember who. We'll figure out who expires right now. So here are all the players we still need to re-sign. I gotta get Eric Cornell a new contract. I'll just go in the 1 year. We'll give him 1 year. Whoops. Don't want this episode to be too long. We'll just give him 1 year, as I said. Dehan needs a new contract. He doesn't want to go negotiate, though. We actually did get to re-sign Jamie Benn. He didn't want to negotiate, but I think I gave him just slightly more than he was making now, maybe like 100,000 more, and he accepted that. We'll get Johansson on a new deal. He's a decent prospect goalie. He's probably not going to turn out to be much, but you never know. Coletta, he can score on the fourth line, but I think I'm going to have to drop Coletta here. Unless he wants more than last year. I would rather free us space for our younger players when they need new contracts. So we're not going to re-sign Coletta. Frederick Anderson, he's interesting. He doesn't want to negotiate. Maybe we'll just offer him 1 year. He probably won't accept it, obviously. But we might have another backup goalie next year that could come in and do that, so I don't know. Hodgson wants a lot of money. Like a lot of money. As you can see, Hodgson is obviously, he's not that bad of a player. The thing is, he's been playing mostly fourth or third line for us. And we have more players that can jump into that role next year, so I'm not going to be able to re-sign Hodgson for that kind of money. I'd rather get like a better guy that, like, for that money that can play third line instead of, like, obviously Hodgson has played a variety of different roles for us, but he's getting a little bit older. I haven't really become fond of him, so I'm gonna drop him. We also need to sign one of our prospect snipers. As you can see, he had 18 and 24 goals respectively the last 2 years. So we'll give him a new deal here. 1 year. He's kind of like an old Offseason kind of guy. Probably in a year or two, he might be up here. So, Polic, we're gonna re-sign him just for a little bit. He was a decent backup defender for us when we had injuries this year. I also need to get Sakatch a new deal. But he wants a lot of money. He doesn't want to negotiate. I don't know if we'll be able to get him. We're just gonna leave it as is. Neither does Van de Velde. Van de Velde wouldn't be a huge loss, though. And that looks like it's about it. So we'll just go with that for now, I guess. So, one of our coach's contracts is due to expire. He doesn't want to negotiate. We'll offer it anyway. We'll see if he accepts it. And Irby, I don't know what Irby is. He's a goalie coach. He doesn't want it. Why don't they want to negotiate? Fine. So we got a trade proposal here. 2 third-round picks for Zadorov. Now, I would do that, but Zadorov, he actually, as you can see, he had a good plus-minus and a good average rating. Zadorov actually played pretty good for us this year, so I'm going to have to... Oh, there's the bar I was talking about. We're going to have to reject that. Everybody wants Zadorov. I'd rather not, they're not even giving me enough for him, in my opinion. So, reserve list. 80 players on the reserve list, including 50 contracted players. So we'll just get rid of a prospect right here, right now. Who do I not want? That's the guy we just drafted. I'd like to find someone to drop. Not Bailey. What's his name? There are a couple players down in the minors that they don't think we should continue to develop, so I might do that. I forget who, though. Not him. I think it was... no. I think it was Rosma. Except he actually looks like he could turn into something, maybe. It's unlikely, but you never know. As you can see, Jared Lane, he's a good little left-wing shooter for us. He absolutely killed it down there this year. Who do I get rid of? Not Dave. Why do I keep clicking on him? Oh, if like someone old, I guess. Someone old. Coletto. I mean, we're gonna get rid of Coletto. We got some issues. So we'll put Coletto on waivers. I mean, we're gonna get rid of him anyway, so we'll just release him, I guess. Why does everybody want Zadorov? What we're gonna do here, I'm not interested in trading Zadorov at this time. Maybe next season or later on this off season, but not right now. What I'm gonna do here, just so we stop getting frickin' trade requests on him. Where's set player status? Am I blind? Yeah. We're just gonna say he's untouchable. I mean, he's obviously not untouchable. We could trade him if we wanted to. He's not like Kane or something. But I'm just sick of getting these offers, so I'm just going to say he's untouchable for now. And then once the season starts back up, we'll probably deal with that. Alright, so free agency should be coming up in a couple of days. We actually have some trophies right here in first one. Looks pretty nice for us. So, Patrick Kane is the winner of this year's Art Ross Trophy. So, good for him. Good for him. Also, I forgot to tell you, Allmark is actually a finalist for the Vezina Trophy. I doubt he'll win, but you never know. He had the most wins in the league as a goaltender. I didn't know that. Kessel gets the Rocket Richard. Kane could have got that too. Kane gets the Lester B. Pearson Award. I actually forget what that is. Outstanding player of the season as voted on by the players. Ristolainen has won the Norris Trophy. Jeez, that's sweet. Yes. As you can see, Ristolainen's obviously turned into a beast for us. I didn't expect him to win that, though. Good for him. Varlamov has won the Vezina Trophy. He held off Allmark and Tuukka Rask. I didn't really expect Allmark to win. Maybe in a year or two he will. Allmark actually won the Williams and Jennings Award for fewest goals scored against the team or whatever. Lundqvist has won best save percentage with the required amount of regular season games. I don't really know. I don't think that's a real award, but he had the best save percentage. Let me actually check this out. Where did he finish in Vezina Trophy voting? Allmark actually finished second for that, so maybe next year he'll get first. McDavid has won the Frank J. Selke Trophy, best forward who excels in defensive aspects of the game. That's kind of confusing for me. I don't really think of him as a defensive player, but if it works for him, I'm not going to complain. He won it last year too, I think. McDavid has indicated in local newspaper that his general manager, me, or us, or something, Prison Puck was the key reason for a consistent form that recently won him the Frank J. Selke. So sweet. And Lazarov has won the Calder Memorial Trophy. Yes, and he also did the same thing for us. Patty Kane has won the Lady Byng, best sportsmanship. Stamkos won the King Clancy, best leadership qualities. Pavelski won Lester Patrick. Tippa won the best coach. McDavid has won the plus minus award. Patty Kane has won the Hart for most valuable player, and McDavid actually came in third for that. Conn Smythe Trophy, Tuukka Rask won it. And now they want Noah Hanifin. Great. First All-Star team, 4 Sabres players, I don't know who. Second All-Star team, we got 3, and then we got 2 for the rookie All-Star team. Hanifin, I am not trading either. Just freaking do this. Like, leave me alone. I'm not going to trade. Just get this freaking. I'm sorry, this is what happens when I don't have my monitor. I'd like to get through free agency this episode, but I'm taking forever, so I don't know how to get off the screen before I kill you. Obviously, this bar doesn't show up in the actual game. It's because I'm running an emulator right now. Jeez, man. Leave me alone. All right. I think it's about free agency time, so we'll do the free agency real quick. And we will end the episode off. I don't want to do it too long. Alright, I'll skip past this and be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. We finally got through that loading screen there, so we're ready for free agent. Why do you do it now? Probably a lot of data has to go through, that's what I imagine. So we'll take a look at this. Anderson has rejected our contract offer. You know what? Screw him. Forget you, Anderson. Patty Kane, player of the year. Well, he freaking had 110 points. Freaking beast. Kane got the new record for blah blah blah. I don't really care. Cleda has cleared waivers. Well, it doesn't matter. He's gone anyway. Either way, we'll take a look at what this is. They want us to be a cup contender this year. I think we can do it. So our first game of the year will be October 10th, so we got a long way till then. So we're going to do some we'll do free agency, obviously.
Sorry about that quick jump cut there. I'm back, obviously. My recording software stopped recording, but I took a look at free agency, and you know how every year I say it's insane? Well, you know, like in every title, I'm like, wow, insane. You know, we signed some good players. You thought those years might be great. Holy crap! Stamkos, Doughty, and Tavares, and even more great players. So obviously, this is insane. We're not going to be able to go after like any of these guys. I mean, we could if we made some trades. I already looked at what they were asking for. It's a bit more than I want to spend. It's like 10 mil over. We have about 9 mil in space that we could get these guys with. I'm just not willing to do that. If you continue to look down here, that we have two great goalies in Varlamov and in Bobrovsky. So obviously those two players are tempting, but I'd rather stay young, stick with Allmark. I don't want to make too many changes this offseason. I'm happy with our team, and I think if with a little bit of retooling on the third and fourth lines, we can get to where we need to be. So a couple players I want to go after, not Niemi. I'm just taking a look real quick. I don't want to go after him for sure. Couple players I would be interested in going after. So I'll show you right now, I guess. So we obviously have Eric Stahl, and we have these. Whoops, I didn't even click on the right thing. And we have these insane superstars up here that we could go after. I'm interested in retooling, as I said, and I think we'll continue on the next page. We actually have Calendejon here. I'd like to try to re-sign him. He didn't want to sign with us during the off-season. I mean, not the off-season, like before free agency. Maybe he would now, but we might actually be able to find a cheap upgrade for him. Even though I've been happy with him the last 2 years, he's been he blocks a lot of shots for us, which is one reason I might bring him back. I think we also have a couple players we could go after that left us. So obviously we have stars again, like Ryan Kessler. He's been out there pretty much every year. Now, if we tried to offer him something, he actually doesn't want too much over a 5-year span, but he's 34, almost 35 years old right now. He wants 5 years. What if we can't trade that contract later on? I'm not interested in keeping him till he's 40 years old, so I'm probably not going to do that. Now, two players I'm interested in going after. Nikolai Kulemin is one. He had 30 goals last year. He's kind of like the Marian Grabner type. He can come in, he can go into your depth, you know, he's got some speed. He can score a little bit, and he might not cost that much money. He actually does. 3.8 might be a little bit too much, but he's a decent option we could go after. So one player that caught my eye, Carl Hagelin. So I'll actually show you his stats real quick. Exactly like Grabner. He's a very speedy player. He has chipped in with 19 goals the last 2 seasons on the Rangers. I checked the Rangers' third line. I think he's a good option for us. He's only asking for $2 million. It is a long-term deal, 5 years, but we can obviously trade. That's a much more tradable contract than Kessler. The other one's just because of age. He'll be 35 when it's over, which a little bit older than I'd want. But I think this could be a good deal for us, obviously. He can go on that third line and he can chip in a little bit. If it doesn't work out, we can trade him partway through the season. We'll see how he does in the preseason, see if he can play up there. This money might be a little bit too much for a third liner. I don't even know if we'll get him. I don't want to give him too much. We'll just see if he accepts that. If not, it's not a big loss. I'm actually fine with our team the way it is right now, so even if we don't get these players, I'm okay with that, and I don't really know what I just did. Whoops. Crap. So, moving on to the second page here, you can see some of the players we want. I don't think I bid on Matt Moulson. I might have. I was interested in maybe bringing back Matt Moulson for one more year. I mean, he obviously didn't have great stats after he left us, but You can see he was a good player for us when we did have him. He's obviously older now. I think he's 35. Maybe we could give him like 1 year, but I'm not going to do that much money for Matt Molson. I don't even think I bid on him. Bufflin's here again, 34 years old. No thanks. Alex Semin, obviously he's got a godlike shot. He can put in goals like it's nothing. I think his shot might actually be about the same as Patty Kane's. Still not interested in him. I'm not interested in too many players, as you can tell. Yuri Sakach is one player I'd still like to get back for that fourth line. He's putting good numbers for us. Wayne Simmons would be interesting, although he's 30 years old, so Obviously, we got Nick Cronwall here. I don't really know what he would actually want. He doesn't want to negotiate, so he's probably actually going to retire. I wasn't going to offer him anything anyway, though. Couple other players here. Mason Raymond, he's a speedy player. Not really going after him, though. There's not too many more names that actually catch my eye here. Maybe Darren Helm. I'd be interested in Darren Helm, partly because of his speed, and he can play a variety of different positions as a defensive forward. As you can see, he's got decent defensive stats, so I think we're going to try to sign him. He had 13 goals last year. He was probably playing third line minutes, which is what he's going to play for us. So I'll go after him. He does want a lot. He does want a decent amount of money, and that's over 5 years. So it'll be about 37 when this contract is over. But the thing is, we can obviously trade him in a year or two, or buy him out, and he'd only cost us about $1 million per year. I'd like to take a chance on him. My reasoning is a little bit dumb, I know, but hey, whatever. So we'll see if we get those two players. I know I'm not offering to the big guns up there, and Dowdy, Tavares, and Stammer. I just don't think we can really afford to do that. So we're going to get Yuri Sakach back, so that's good. I don't think we're going to go after Dahan. We got a couple of younger defensemen. I think we can step up here. It is tempting, though. It is tempting. But I'm not going to do it. So Samuel Gagne is actually out there. I'm not really interested in him. And Stars got Kuhlman. We could afford him, but I don't really want to tie up that much money like we did with these two guys. That they're basically the guys we signed. They're going for their some of their last big paydays here. They're not going to get too much. So Red Wings are hoping to acquire Hagelin. Ooh. Oh no, I just hit there. I'm actually going to withdraw, give him a little bit more money, so hopefully he can go for us. Hopefully it works out. With my luck, it won't. I don't get why he wants to sign for 5 years. I'm going to check how old he was again. Give him that, and then we'll do that. I guess he's only 30 years old, so it wouldn't be a horrible deal for us, I guess, even if we got him for 5 years. If he could chip in for 2 or 3, then we could trade him away if needed. Not too much, though, going on. There's a lot of players I want. Obviously, you want Stamkos. They actually will probably re-sign with their original teams, I'd imagine. Tampa and Tavares, all of them to their teams, obviously. So hopefully we can find out here who we're going to get in the next minute. Whatever. I'm going to end the episode off here, I guess. I mean, I've recorded too much. You'll find out next episode, I guess, if we got him or not. I don't think we did. I probably didn't notice that somebody else got him. I'm kind of dumb, though. Well, we could search for him. Helm. Okay. I don't really know what's wrong with this. Hell, alright, screw it. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. Maybe make a couple of fourth line moves, to get some fourth liners, or something like that. But I'll update you next episode if we got Hagelin and Helm or whatever. We probably didn't. I just missed it. And if we get anybody else, we probably won't. But either way, thanks for watching, and have a great day.